Hello everyone, this is Jaeger. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, if you're looking for good content, you might want to click somewhere else, bro, because this ain't it. Never will be. I refuse to make good content. I will not get stuck in that life. This is no script, nothing. Just hit the record button and do it live. Anyway, what we're doing is DLSS versus FSR on Call of Duty 6. And this went against everything I stood for nowadays. Don't ask about when I was a little younger. We won't get into that. You know, my fellas out there know what I'm talking about. Try hard and up for 4 days. Anyway, this one is very interesting, especially numbers wise. We will get into that one. This one threw me for an awe. That's why I saved it for the last video of this section. Uh, this was the only one that I seen a negative effect with numbers. So let's get into it. I believe my methodology was all over the place in this one. I was trying to get creative, and it just was not working for me. But we got it. We got it. Um, I want to really focus on this fire right here. This is what kind of threw me for a loop, and I will show you why. So, this was, if I'm not mistaken, the 3080 DLSS. Yeah. So DLSS, we're going quality. I don't think it was as much on this one. Actually, no, it was. I remember. This is the one that was bad. You can already tell that the fire is just, it's pixelating. It's getting really fuzzy. Um, I wish I had better lighting. I might play this game and try to find like a higher lighting area to really show the details of the gun. While I was playing, I noticed some details changing, but fire is the main thing that I was just like, that is just absolutely horrendous. Let's see. Performance right here. I don't believe, and I tried to favorite these because I felt like it was going to make it faster, but little did I know. Look at that. Look at that. I'll finish my sentence later. Look at that. That is horrendous. And I don't know if it's personally like up close stuff, because this fire in the back looks really good, but I feel you don't want to see ultra. Um, yeah, I feel like this would give more detail since it's in your face, other than this one back here. So I'm not quite understanding what they're doing here. Um, I wanted to shoot him so bad, but it wouldn't let me. Of course, they never let you have any fun in these games, so I threw one of those at him. Um, so what I did is, I believe, I don't know if I went forward with this one, or I don't know why I did image scaling. Like, look, listen. If you transition in between those, yeah, I did that on purpose. Don't worry about it. If you transition, it changes. So this is DLSS image upscaling. I didn't realize that it had a DLSS off. I thought this was the default. So this is what I've been doing. I'll start the intro over so you can kind of get a glimpse of the people, the shadows. This is not off, by the way, so it could look a little bit better. But that's not what we're going to focus on. Everything looks good. I think I can actually kind of skip ahead just a little bit, because, I mean, I did this over and over and over. I tried to kill him again, backfired. It's fine, don't worry about it. Um, I don't necessarily play on keyboard and mouse, so excuse all that. But I was tryharding against this AI, dude. Like, they didn't want it. I couldn't find the control button. I couldn't find the crawl. I was crouching, didn't even hit the right button. Um, hold on. Yep. So you can see right here the DLSS image upscaling. Uh, it was good. Like I didn't realize that I. Oh no, I was on ultra performance. I am sorry. That's why that looked awful. Okay. All right, we got it. Um, yeah. So the more down you go, the less blurrier this gets. And I was trying to get some good pictures of the gun. I think the gun was kind of my main point. I wanted to look at the details of the gun, and I fucked that up. I don't know where that came from. Don't worry about that. You know what? It's my first edit. This was my first edited video, so there was a still picture for you if you couldn't figure it out. Um, I suck. I know. Eat shit. I can cuss now. It's later in the video. Again, I don't. The graphics on this game just don't intrigue me as much. I mean, they look good. I was trying to find off. I didn't realize if you scroll down a little bit more that DLSS was off. I feel like that should be the top one. I feel like it should be right in your dang face, but it's not. Maybe that's why I thought the game didn't look that great. Um, so I believe here, yeah, I'm just being a little try hardy for just a second, you know, like riding a bike. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever forget it. Um, we are going to get into, yeah, here's some still images. So I tried to take some of the fire here. It didn't work to my plan because I didn't think about, still images. You can't really see the blockiness of it. Um, but yeah, you can definitely tell that it is downgrading as far as you can. The ground is not as detailed here. Um, this just looks like a pixelational mess, dude. The tracks lose some of their lighting. This gets really kind of blurry. Um, just yeah, it's just a blur. So basically, what I've learned that it just kind of just the contrast is really what it. The contrast and the sharpness really dumbs it down to a point to where lines are no longer lines. So FSR3 kind of gave me. See, that's native. I went ahead and did quality. Also, major change, but I feel like FSR was a lot better than DLSS as far as the flames go and all of that stuff. But I don't really know if. Because the game was not as demanding as I thought it was going to be. I don't see the reason in using an upscaling unless you need it. Uh, I don't know how it works in like multiplayer scenarios. I don't really know about the latency part of it. If it adds latency, if it just downgrades the graphics to give you more frames. I do know frame generation is something that I'm going to get into next because I'm curious as to what it looks like if it generates it properly or if there's a lot of artifacting there. But FSR looked the best to me. I think they did a really good job. Even, quality and balanced was almost a no change. Performance looked best. I think this was the best game that performance looked on. I don't necessarily remember ultra performance. I might be eating my words here. Did I freeze? What happened? Oh, there it goes. Okay, so yeah, awful. Absolutely horrendous. I regret my words and my deeds. Um, yeah, so I went back to this. I was really hoping to get something more. I'm going to have to play this game. I'm going to have to get into a better area where I feel. See, I noticed that it says off. Where I feel that quality of the game and the graphics really matter. I figured here with all the reflections out there and lighting of the fire that this would make a big difference, but the more I got into it, it really didn't make much of a difference. You can see that it is blurry. This specifically, that's why I pointed this out. Like this looks really good. But with that being said, I want to get into the numbers after these next two. I'm really confused about the numbers. You can start to see the ground lose some of its sharpness and contrast. and pixelation start to come into effect of just changing the resolution of the game and then upscaling it back to your native, it you can definitely tell that that's exactly what it's doing. So I believe that I'm finished with this. I am going to get into the numbers, and then I'm going to let you see what I saw. All right, so here are the numbers, and I guess you can see what I am talking about off the rip. FSR to quality gave me a negative in the frame rate. I tried this test many times. I actually went a little bit further into the map just to see. Um, but the effect of FSR on this game was slim to none, and that even goes for the DLSS as well. Now, there could be, I can understand why this is. The quality was so like degraded that I could see how this was a big jump, but right in here it didn't matter to the point. That's why I was saying it wasn't as graphically like demanding as I thought it was going to be. So I mean, you could really get away with quality, but the benefits of losing the 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 image with these three just did not seem uh, important, if or not important, but didn't seem relevant. Like I don't think I would go past quality if the rest of the game looked like the fire, which it's a war game. There's going to be a lot of fire. That's why I focused on the fire. Um, I don't know. I still don't understand why it did this. It should be the complete opposite. Maybe I can retest it. I don't think the game was optimized for FSR, but I also don't feel like it was very optimized for DLSS. But then I started thinking it's a multiplayer game, do people actually use upscaling in a multiplayer first person shooter to get more frames, to get more refresh rate? That's a question that I have. Maybe somebody can answer that one for me. Um, I don't really know if that would help you in a competitive scene, but I know that people nowadays don't really play Call of Duty for the campaign. So maybe that's why they just didn't. It doesn't really have an effect because the game engine just, they didn't really want it. They didn't really give it enough love to make that much of a difference. But the difference that it did make was so negative that I don't know. It was very interesting to see. Uh, for all of you that play Black Ops 6, here you go. Give me a comment. Do you use upscaling for the competitive scene to get more frames, to get more, if you've got a 240 hertz monitor, but you can only get, you know, 200, are you going to use upscaling to get that 240? Or are you going to actually degrade your, is there any input lag? Like, let me know. Um, but that's all I have for this section. I'll get some more games out there. I found this interesting and just learning about DLSS and FSR, what it changes. I've always seen still images, YouTube videos, but I wanted to actually give a comment and point out things while the video is playing. I don't feel like there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that do that. I feel like it's still images that highlight something. I want to see it in movement. I want to see games that normal people play. Uh, Last Epoch, you know, all those games like that you don't really see on YouTube. Um, so yeah, there's that. If you made it this far and you hated it, well, all I can tell you is why are you here? There's a lot more content that's better than mine. You don't have to tell me. I got it. But if you did make it, thank you. I hope you liked it. And if you do, then I will see you in the next one.